for the love of humanity and your future children, grandchildren, existing children's like well-being for the stack that you are putting aside, do not put a stranger that you actually have never met in person as your fail-safe. You can put me, however, if you are a client of mine at Bitcoin Monolithic.
Q, you wouldn't believe like the levels of like, I don't even know the word, OG-ness that I hear the exact same phrase or exact same versions of stories of people who say something along the lines of, yeah, I have a system. I think it's pretty good. I think my wife would be able to follow it. I think anyway, And I'm not kidding though. I'm not kidding. OGs. It's scary, like, because they might not.
Part of that too is they all have like, but if you can't figure it out, just talk to this person.
Oh yeah.
And knowing many of this persons in the industry, the amount of times random people approach them being like, my husband's passed or something's gone wrong, I need your help. And they're like, who are you? Right? They just like, they see someone on a podcast. They see someone on a podcast and they're like, this guy's trustworthy and nice. You should work with them. And then there's never any actual conversation. It's just this person is trusted and reputable. If something goes wrong, talk to them, as if like because you appear or host a Bitcoin podcast or any sort of content in the ecosystem, you have signed up to be the help desk of everyone.
Right. And are guaranteed to have unshakable ethics in years when suddenly they're being approached about this more or less pile of money. So yeah, I'm not exaggerating when I say everybody who's ever told me that they have a helper, it's the same 8 people. Like,
okay, let's do this right now. We're gonna have a big PSA, not just for everyone watching, all over Bitcoin Twitter, for the love of humanity and your future children, grandchildren, existing children's like well-being for the stack that you are putting aside. Do not put a stranger that you actually have never met in person as your fail-safe. You can put me, however, if you are a client of mine at Bitcoin Monolithic.
Just a quick 10% finder's fee. That's all. Like, you know.
Actually, that blows my mind.
Yeah. Well, so I've had this happen though. Like people have reached out to me. People who I was
more than once.
It has happened more than once. Not because I was like, talk to Rob if I die. Someone just passes. And then they're like, what do I do? And then a friend of a friend links them to me. And being on the phone with a grieving widow who's like, I can get to this maybe next month. I need to get the rest of the affairs in order and do the funeral, is like, first I just say, like, if the money's safe, it's going to sit there. You don't have to rush to do this. The worst thing you could ever do is have a sense of urgency and moving fast. Because when you're like, one, if someone's trying to manipulate you, they will be like, it's urgent. You have to do it right now. Or two, if you're moving fast and you're just flying around because you're anxious, you're actually way more likely to do even more harm. The beauty of Bitcoin as a system is if the money is sitting there on chain, you can take your time and breathe, and you're not going to have like a time duress of I must do it within the X amount of time. But having been on the phone with grieving widows that are like, okay, the person, I hired the safe technician to come and crack the safe because my husband had a safe I didn't actually know how to unlock. And it is agonizing. You do not want to be in that position. And then, I use this weird wallet with this weird recovery set. Like, it is an infinite fractal of tragedy. You never ever want to be in that position. And as a general PSA, not only don't have strangers you've never met be your fail-safe, run drills. Mm-hmm. Totally. Run drills with your family. Like if you're going to manage this in and you need that, run drills. I would say one of the benefits of using AnchorWatch is anyone who's our customer, you're able to have a primary beneficiaries and secondary beneficiaries. And in the event something's wrong, we have your email. You come and reach out about this incident. We have our own recovery protocols in place. You could be filed in a system where if something were to go wrong, we could step in and help you after we go through our sides and procedures, right? So you do get that kind of white glove concierge recovery that isn't an extra fee, right? We're able to help you out. That's part of being an AnchorWatch customer and the value we would provide you.
No, absolutely. And I want to just hammer that point home. For so many, I have this conversation so often with clients, like they are the only Bitcoiner in their family, in their circle for the most part. Yeah. Like they're doing the work, they're watching all the stuff on YouTube, but their wife doesn't care. Like my partner, she does not care. She humors me when I talk about Bitcoin, but like,
Yes.
she doesn't care.
Yeah.
Your parents, kids may not care either.
No.
So it is important sometimes to have a service or someone that you just, it's one of those things. And the conversation I say to my clients all the time is very simple. You do not want, God forbid something happens to you, the last thing you want them to do is try to figure out, wait, didn't dad like have some Bitcoin somewhere? Like, where is that? Like, no, just make them aware. Hey, if something ever happens to me, just call Bitcoin Well. I'm a client there, they'll take care of me. Or I'm a client at Anchor Watch, just call them, they will take care of me. That simple conversation, the amount of pressure, to Rob's story's point of there's a million things that are going on when you're gone. Don't add another thing on their plate.
We sometimes, when we onboard a customer, we meet the spouses. Like sometimes either at their request, and now we just kind of offer if they would like, so we can actually, or whomever their beneficiary is. One time it was, young adult children. And just so, like, in the case that, the account owner passes away, like, this is us, that's you, we've met, we have a human relationship. And, hopefully we won't be engaged in this way anytime soon, but it makes it less intimidating when we get there. And some questions that we get actually get into, Bitcoiners like to poke into the details. So they go into like, well, what happens if? And so Rob said we have secondary beneficiaries. So, first it would go to your primary beneficiary, then it would go to your secondary beneficiary. And then from there, we, like if both primary and secondary all died in the same car crash, that kind of thing, then we're just following your estate. So at that point, if we've run out of your named beneficiaries, then it would be whomever the correct owner is of the estate. And if it took some time for the legal system to work out who the correct owner was, it would just be sitting safe and sound in the deceased's vault, waiting for that proper owner. But at no time does Anchor Watch ever claim that, like, oh, it's been sitting too long, that's ours now.
Yeah.
No, it belongs to your estate, and we'll make sure it gets there. And we'll put effort into making sure it gets there.